Technology is just,
That does what it wants. Huh?
yeah, it doesn't, it's, maybe your stuff will work, maybe it won't. Every time, like, more often than not, sometimes I get sick of doing the whole thumbnail picture thing. It's kind of, it's not a lengthy process, but, it takes time. And sometimes I don't want to do it, so I'll just use an old picture. But, because they have to be less than 2 megabytes. They have to be a certain size, they got to be smaller than a certain size. So I take pictures and then I have to take screenshots of the pictures, and then that's usually small enough for me to send from my phone to my laptop so I can save it as a and the file structure, it's the same process, yet when I look at my photos there's like 4 different file structures in there. Suffixes of different, and it's just like people don't realize how, I don't know, unstable technology is. I mean, it's made by mankind, and mankind fucks shit up every day. They're not real great. And now everybody, there's like this whole wave, like the last 10, 15 years, all these people started getting paid way more than they're worth. Way more. Way. But, I don't know. Anyway, hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I tried this on Safari in that browser and it was tanking, so I was like, well, I'll try Chrome, and if it doesn't work, I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I don't know if I said it. But stuff's getting weird, but stuff's been weird my whole life, man. I'm used to it. I'm just like, now it's getting weird for other people, and it's just nice to find like-minded people. It's nice to be around like-minded people. It really, really is. I go to the coffee shop every now and again, usually in the morning, right after, the dogs eat breakfast. They all go out. Mom gets her toast, because she doesn't like eating big, heavy meals right off the bat. So I'll run down there and see who's around, and and like the guy I was talking to, he freaking loves karaoke, ma. He sings karaoke's real. He's like 6'4", thin guy, and I got his perspective. He's like Cheyenne. He had one of those DNA tests. He went up there, like knocked on the reservation, like, hey, I'm shy, I get, and it's like the folks that are already established in their reservations, they're like, we don't give a fuck. You ain't part of our tribe, You ain't part of our tribe. So like, he got his ass, it's just like, people gotta find their groups. People gotta find their groups. Anyway. More and more people are starting to line. Sometimes I get freaking amazed. I'm like, man, people are really doing it. People are doing it. They're really starting to wake up. I mean, we've been talking about it for so long, but people are really starting to do it. And I look on places, Twitter, social media and stuff, and the stuff that's getting through. I'm like, all right, people are becoming more in line, more like-minded. More and more people are starting to wake up. This guy at the coffee shop today, I woke up, man, I had so much anxiety. I don't like getting freaking text messages at 8 o'clock in the morning. A good rule of thumb is you don't freaking call anybody or go knock on anybody's door before 9 a.m. or after 9 p.m., And there's just like... And people try to talk to me about respect. I'm like, fucking what? Okay, let me make a list here of, it's hard to keep track, Mom. Making everybody happy all the time, Mom. I gotta keep list after list. Okay, I can't say this person to this somebody and this, but who the fuck modifies their behavior for me? Not a god, nobody. Anyway. So this guy was talking, today, and he was telling me about he's got like a young daughter, 18 or 20, very young daughter, and he's explaining to her daughter, he's like, do not believe, You know, don't believe anything. And it's a spiritual war, folks. We're in World War III. Is a spiritual variety. We're in it. We're amongst it. You know, people. There. It's a war for people's souls. You know. And it's easy to lose your soul. It's easy. Just start living for all that external stuff. You lose little bits of you. You know. I'm so tired of freaking people from Hollywood chiming in with their opinions. Like, you don't even know who you are. Your life is based off of being a parrot. You know? Their lives are based off just saying things that people tell them to say. You know? So, no, you don't get to have an opinion as far as I'm concerned. You don't get to stand up for any belief system because you don't count. So how many people in that industry have made so much that, you know, that's the thing is so many people have so much. Nobody should be in lack. But with all the lack, kind of makes me think the people at the top are getting off on it. And more people are starting to wake up to these realizations. Rick Levine is an astrologer. Rick Merlin Levine. He's one of my favorites. He's an Aries sun. I can't remember the rest. Anyway, he came up with an analogy one time, and it's how I kind of picture in my mind, or it was a story that somebody else had written, and as the clockmaker, it was a guy. He was a clockmaker. And I don't know the reality of it, because I don't know, if you got hundreds of clocks, you know, it's not like you're just it's going to take 10, you know, it seems like it would take a long time to wind them all up. So, but anyway, I'm just, for the sake of the story, I'll just go with it. I don't need to split hairs there, hey, Okie. And, so, as the story goes, the clockmaker, when he one night he went around and he wound up all the clocks and they're all ticking, right? And then the next morning when he came in, all the clocks were in sync. And I'm like, that is how I picture collective consciousness work. Because perception is, I used to hate that saying, more because of the man that said it. Worst boss I ever had is a company in Omaha, Nebraska. I think it still exists. I'm like, it's a bullshit. I mean, it's like, it doesn't ever really serve a purpose. I mean, it's not like they're saving lives or anything like that. They had, it's called West Corporation. And there's a tie for first place of the worst bosses I ever had. One was at West Corporation, a man named Tig Leffler, greasy, slimy little freaking troll dude. And then Christopher Arison, he was the opposite. He was a big freaking fat ogre type dude that worked at Creighton University. They evidently, last I heard about that guy, he ended up working out of a closet because like nobody wanted to deal with him anymore. They didn't want to put, it's just like he became so freaking foul, but they couldn't fire him because, you know, it's all a bros club for some reason. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway, this Tig guy, he used to always go around saying, perception is reality, and I'm just like, you know, and then give me like a 3-cent raise, you know. I'm like, I don't feel valued as an employee. Oh, here's your raise. It was all SIP, so it's like I got and I'd only been there for a shirt. I'm like, you know what? Keep the 3-fucking-cent raise. That's like an insult, you know? I've always worked in these places where it was predominantly men and they're freaking D-bags. And then they go home and act like loving husbands. I'm like, dude, if your wife knew what a scumbag you were, I don't even know if anybody ever even married that guy, honestly. Anyway, so, but I think that more and more people are starting to wake up and be like, you know what? It adds up. That's what we were talking about at the coffee shop today. I said more and more people are going to start seeing how it's all ritual, because that has a vibrational frequency of truth and it's easier to buy than than the bullshit that they've been freaking stuffing down our throats. That don't feel right. It don't feel right. Nothing I ever learned in school ever felt right. I'm just like, oh, it's all contingent on whoever, the publisher on the back of this. And we had relatives in our family, and like my dad's cousin or something, was one of those people that made a lot of money from writing textbooks for school. You give people the same information, the same data, and you just say, memorize this, and this is the reality of our world. When there's all sorts of different storylines going on. And that's what people are waking up to, It's easier to believe that these scumbag politicians that are running these, these territories, that's where we're back to. It's their land. And I'll be damn if, they let us live on it. It's ridiculous. And they don't do anything to help. There's a housing crisis in every state. I know that's not true. I don't know about the smaller states like Idaho and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people moving around. A lot of people getting where they want to be. And it's a good time to get where you want to be. To settle in and hunker down or whatever, I mean, you looking... So what we were talking about is that it's syncing up, is that people are waking up to the reality that it is these secret societies, these bro clubs, these secret dealings, and it's absurd. It's a slap in the face, because some of us, we don't need that much. Some of us don't need that much in life. But it's the people at top that they need so much, and they want theirs, and they want yours, and they want yours to be theirs too. And they're going to take it because that's what they do, and don't you know who they are? And it's all this stuff. It's like people that don't work hard shouldn't have so much. And it's all games. It's all economics. It's all games. That's great. People are making, millions and millions of dollars on Bitcoin. What are you doing with your excess? It's found money. What are you doing? Are you buying houses for, are you sponsoring veterans? Or what are you doing for other people? No, they're just putting it in the bank. Just put it in the bank. That's that self-serving fucking bullshit. Stack it up because you don't have enough freaking creativity to come up with new ideas to sustain yourself through life. That you're going to profit off some made-up stuff. I like to listen to a lot of astrology reports, and there's this one young gal, man, and I was she's one of those sex kitten freaking, flying back and forth to freaking Dubai. Did a deal the other day. I'm on an airplane. This is one of those $20,000 pods on my way to Dubai. What the fuck are you doing for other people? Are you handing out 20s on the street? I need to know what these people that are freaking gloating about all the freaking money they're making and all their abundance and all their, and get your end of the year special for $500 fucking off. What are you doing with your excess? Because helping people get closer to their spirit, it's what everyone's supposed to be doing. Human connections, authentic human connections, that's what we're supposed to be doing. That 3D money bullshit stuff, that is all made up fluff, man. Just like more, but I listen to these people who read books. They read these books, and I'm like, I've probably imagined what's in that book already. I don't have to sit and read the book because I rely on my own imagination, and it's vast and it's broad. And I don't really care if people agree with anything I say. It'd be nice. Wouldn't it be nice to be accepted and be embraced? But that's never been my role in this life. It never has. Because that is how one of the things that have sealed within me the vibrational frequency of empathy, because you can't recognize all you top dollar spiritual new age freaking $100 reading bullshit. I'm in the trenches, see? I'm on the streets. I'm talking to the junkies and the drunks and the freaking, because I'm thinking maybe if I can get them to just think about something, that they got a spirit in there, and as long as there's a spark, that spirit can grow. But it takes discipline, and who wants to do that? So then we get more of what we want, and people aren't waking up quick enough. So guess what? We were talking about that today, and it was so good to hear people that were in agreement, Mom. It was so good that it's just like, yeah. They were talking about, they were putting into words visualizations that I've seen happen, and I'm like, man, I hope it's not just me. But the clocks are syncing up, and just because people believe things, just because, it couldn't, maybe they're not a bunch of freaking Satan worshiper freaking kid eaters, Maybe it was just like a total random thing that I was raped as a 10-month-old baby. Maybe that's not a common occurrence. Maybe 800,000 people don't go missing here. Maybe that reality really exists. The thing of it is more and more people are like, they know someone that's getting, like, run away and never been found. They know, it's like, it's hitting home. So people, it's not happening to other people so much anymore. Now it's hitting human trafficking. All that's, it's hitting closer to home. People are seeing, because these egomaniacal people that are doing all this weird stuff, see, they like to do it right in people. In the name of Jesus Christ, I rebuke you, Satan. Whatever. It's a spiritual war, folks, but people don't have any connection to their spirit. How are they going to be prepared? It's going to be interesting. And there's going to be plenty of people that don't got no spirit. But what are they going to have to do? And what kind of karma are you? You take a life, that is karma. That's a chain on the link. I got karma. I never took a life directly, but I brought the Stark Heart to the B-1 bombers that freaking decimated an Operation Iraqi bullshit. Just to make money. Ruins people's lives just to make money and all this stuff, these freaking crazy nutballs that are perpetuating this freaking cancer on the earth. They shouldn't be able to get to go around just freaking, we always pull it off on these people, these freaking stupid freaking civilians, and now the civilians are like, no. And they're gonna try more and more stuff, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I always hope I'm wrong. I do. I'm wrong every now and again. I'm right definitely more than I'm wrong. For sure. Anyway. But, and then I gotta remember, when things happen in life, I gotta remember, okay, this is the astrology, and this is how it's playing out in my life, And I gotta try and be patient. Because it's just like, I've always had to meet people where they are, and I gotta dumb things down a lot, and I'm just like, I try not to get mad about, because I don't get my way unless I get pissed off, unless I'm a bitch. People, because otherwise I'm happy-go-lucky, and people are just like, oh, you gotta take it. And I'm like, evidently people think I deserve bullshit in life because, they're not in any hurry to freaking help me do things I need in life. Nope, I haven't been, so, alright, whatever. It's just also confusing. But so many people in everyday life, everybody knows that person. I've known so many of them. I should see them coming. They should have like a freaking glow about them than or a mid of freaking, oh, you're one of those. But people are just like, oh, they mean so well. They just always go around, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And they never do, like never. Or maybe one time out of 10. It's just like when it's just like, no, man, you never do what you said. And then it's like, oh, I'm going to do it this time. And then they show up that one time. And then the next time, 9 times, they totally flake. And then they're like, why are you mad? It's just like, because you don't give a fuck about my time. It's a respect thing. And if people don't understand that, then, you know, be well. So, me and Mom are looking for our forever home. We got about 7 months. June is my aim date. Is our move out date. So, it was just like one of those that, I already haven't been sleeping. I wake up and I get I already knew it. It was already my plan, and then it was like affirmed today, and kind of freaking what? Panic. Where are we gonna go? What are we gonna? All that stuff, and I was just like, you know what, Marge? It ain't the day to freaking trip. It's not that day. So, too much tripping and my soul's worn thin. That's the lyric that just came on as read. Anyway, so, and I'm just going to turn it over to God. God's taking care of us this far, and I'm just going to keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I don't know, so there's non-for-profits all over the place. Maybe I can get in touch with somebody, hey. I'm a disabled female veteran, Yeah, just hang out with my mom, who's 70. She'll be 71 this next month. Yeah. November 28th. Yep. God willing and the creek don't rise. I'm so grateful that we freaking handled the foot situation, man. Whew. See, maybe it's all these years I've watched, all these forensic. I was a little girl. My early childhood programming was Quincy. I've been busting people out, trying to figure out who people were, my whole entire life. It's just who I am. It's in my planetary alignments. I'm an investigator, and now we're gonna start finding out more and more, because it's just like as the cycle goes around, as the cycles go, people are like, wake up. It's like, every October, the cold winter months is like, have you woken up yet? What have you done in this last year? Are you becoming a better version of yourself? A more giving, generous, kind, and loving version? Or are you becoming more of that withholder, mine? Are you, are you 10 pounds heavier? Are you taking care of your soul sack? Do you have any kind of spiritual connection? You got any kind of discipline going on in your life? Or are you just going around living your life how you want to live it, and it don't matter who it hurts, and F them, and it's their problem, and without any kind of recognition or acknowledgement that we're all connected? I get to look at that. I think I'm I'm healthier than I was this time last year. It was hard. I was in Arizona this time last year. It sucked. It's freaking miserable. Sucked. I had to freaking yield every day. That's the thing. It's like, if it weren't under these circumstances, people always talk to me these kind of ways. And I'm just always thinking, I'm going to be principled. I'm going to be cool. I'm going to keep my head level. And people don't recognize what it is to be, that they don't know that I've been respectful to them until I give them a tinge of disrespect. Right? I have been. I've been cool about shit. I ain't been complaining and bitching or pressuring or, what's new? Same stuff, And then try and tell me. I love it when people try and tell me how to behave. Love that. Around here, there's garbage everywhere. Around here, it's just weird. It's a primitive lifestyle that I've never been a part of, and it fits for these folks. And there's like 3 generations live in one trailer, or there's houses around here, like 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 2-bedroom, 2-bed for $395,000-$50,000. It's just absurd. How much people don't want their stuff anymore, but how much they want you to pay for their stuff. It's just freaking amazing. It's like, what is your freaking ass golden? And it freaking, you bless your this property with your golden ass all over the place. It doesn't even make any sense. That is for today. And the energy is swiftly changing.